welcome to episode 3 on how to make a fish clicker game in Scratch. In the previous episode, we added special effects for our game. In this episode, we will be adding a shop to our clicker game. So let's get started. Before we add a shop, let's create two new variables. One is called click range, which is how much fish we get per click, and then per second range, which is how much fish we get per second. So we'll set click range to 1 and per second range to 0, and we'll change score by click range, and then uh, take a forever loop in a new script, and then wait 1 second and change score by per second range like this. So then create a new sprite for your shop button, and then I already have a costume for my shop or open button and my close button. Make sure you have a close button also, and then I want to position it right over here. So I'll do when green flag is clicked, show, and then go to that position, and then I want the same size effect as we did in episode 2 for the fish. So we'll drag it here, but then we'll change the values to from 150 to 125, from 200 to 150, and then 100 will be the same. Then I'll put the up forever loop on it, and then put these blocks back here. And then as you can see, we have that effect. Now I want the button to know when the shop is open and when it is not. So to do that, create a new variable called shop open with a question mark. And then in the beginning, let's set shop open to 0. And then when the mouse is down, like when green flag clicked, take a if then else block, and then take a and statement here, and then if touching mouse pointer and mouse is down, uh, then let's check if then else if shop open is equal to 0, then let's set shop open to 1, which means we want it to open, else we want to close, so let's set it to 0. And I think we didn't need a if then else, so put an if instead. And then to add a delay between clicks, take a wait until block here, and then put not, and then duplicate this clicking statement. And then because we have a delay, we can't continue in that script, so we'll take a forever loop in another script, and then let's check what costumes to appear, whether the shop is open or not. So if the shop is open, then the button should show, then the close button should show here. So we'll put switch costume to close, else switch costumes to shop. So as you can see, it works. Now let's add a shop background. Create a new sprite called shop background, and then I'll choose this color, make a square holding the shift key, and then I'll use the alt key to make it bigger and wider, and then let's set the position to x0 and y0, and then give a label called shop here, and then I'll also give it an outline like this, and then we want it to show only when the shop is open, so we'll do uh, if shop open is equal to 1, then show, else hide. So as you can see, it shows only when the shop is open, and then does not, and hides when the shop is closed. Now let's add upgrades to our shop. So create a new sprite called upgrades, and instead of creating new sprites for each upgrade, we will be using clones uh, for creating the upgrades. So we'll show this for now just to position, and then I'll hold the shift key to create a perfect square, and then the alt key to make it wider. Make sure it fits your shop background. Okay. So this is my uh, upgrade square, I mean rectangle. Now let's add a label like fish tank. Uh, we have to give good names for each upgrade, and then the power of the upgrade like +2 click range, and then we have to give the cost. We have to tell the cost of it. So we'll just duplicate our fish costume, paste it and group it, and turn, make it in a good size, and then tell the cost. For me, I'll put 100 fish as the cost here. Okay, then I'll position it higher like this. Okay, so I positioned it at y90 and x0. So first let's also name your costume as 1 so that it will be easier to identify, and then let's create a block to clone all our upgrades. So create a new block called clone upgrades, and make sure you run without screen refresh, and then create another block to clone each upgrade. So clone, and then add an input called upgrade, upgrade index, and then as we have only one upgrade, we clone the first one, and then let's create a new variable called upgrade index, and make sure you put for this sprite only, uh, and then let's, in the beginning, let's set upgrade index to 0, then change it by 1 in the clone upgrade index block, and then let's switch costume to upgrade index, and then let's create clone of myself here. And then finally just put this clone upgrades under the green flag. uh, then when I start as a clone, let's position our upgrades. So create a new block called position upgrades, which will store all the positions, and then uh, take a if block, then do if upgrade index, which is our is equal to 1, which is our first upgrade. Then it should go to this x0 and y90, and then take a forever loop, and then put the position upgrades block here. And then I want a mouse effect, not the size mouse effect, but like if the user hovers the upgrade, then it should change its ghost effect. So if touching mouse pointer, let's set ghost effect to 25, else let's set it to 0. So this should only show when the shop is open. So if shop open is equal to 1, then show, else hide. Okay. Okay, we didn't uh, hide the original sprite, so make sure you hide the original sprite. Okay, so here is our upgrade. Now we need to be able to purchase this. So let's create a new block called upgrade power, and then put the cost of the upgrade, and then put something like click range, and then per second range. Then click OK, and this will check if we have enough fish or not. So if uh, if score is less than cost, then let's say not enough fish for 1 second, else we'll change click range by click range, then change per second range to by per second range, and then we'll change the score to cost multiplied by -1. So then if index is equal to 1, upgrade index is equal to 1, then if touching mouse pointer and mouse is down, then upgrade power. The cost is 100 and I want to change the click range by 2, but I don't want to change the per second range. So I put it as 0, and then let's give the same delay of wait until not touching mouse pointer and mouse down. Okay, so as you can see, if we try to click it, will say not enough fish. But if we have more than 100 fish, something like 125 we have, and then we are able to purchase it, and our click range increases. We can get more fish. Now how do we add one more upgrade? It's simple. So just duplicate your costume and then rename it. I'll say fish family, and then I'll change the like +3 per second range, and then give a higher cost like 250, and then we'll clone the second upgrade as well, clone 2, which is our second index, and then we'll set its position. Let's say to y20 in my case, and then let's be able to purchase it. So if upgrade index is equal to 0, then the cost will be uh, sorry, if upgrade index is equal to 2, then the cost upgrade power cost will be 250, and we do not want to change our click range, but we want to change our per second range by 3. So I put 3 here. So okay, I want to position it a bit more higher, say something like 25. Okay, 25 is good. So if we have 300 fish, we are able to purchase it, and we get +3 fish per second. So that's the end of this episode. In episode 4, we will be adding shop pages in case we have more upgrades. So stay tuned by subscribing and leaving a like to this video. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.